The lights of Las Vegas have always favored legends, but few moments felt as electric as the night Bruno Mars unveiled his own lounge on the Strip. With music, celebrity guests, and a room pulsing with nostalgia and glamour, the opening of the Pinky Ring marked more than a business move. It signaled a new chapter in Bruno Mars' evolving legacy. Bruno Mars has officially expanded his empire beyond the stage and studio, launching the Pinky Ring at the Bellagio in Las Vegas. The intimate cocktail lounge, curated personally by Mars, blends live music, vintage soul aesthetics, and modern luxury. It reflects not only his musical taste but his vision of nightlife as an art form. This move places Bruno Mars among a growing group of artists reshaping how celebrity influence extends into culture, hospitality, and lifestyle branding. For fans, the opening was more than a ribbon cutting. It was a full-circle moment for an artist who has long embraced showmanship, live instrumentation, and classic performance traditions, all values that now live inside a venue built in his image. Bruno Mars, born Peter Jean Hernandez, has never followed the standard blueprint of pop stardom. Raised in Honolulu, Hawaii, he was performing in his family band before he could read. He grew up immersed in doo-wop, soul, reggae, and rock, absorbing the rhythms of Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, and James Brown. That early exposure forged a performer who didn't just sing, he commanded a room. After moving to Los Angeles, Mars initially struggled to break through as a solo artist. He wrote and produced for others, including hits like Flo Rida's Right Round, before his own voice finally found the spotlight. His debut album Doo-Wops and Hooligans introduced the world to a throwback sound packaged for a modern generation. Songs like Just the Way You Are and Grenade weren't just chart toppers, they were cultural moments. From there, Bruno Mars became a defining voice of pop in the 2010s. Unorthodox Jukebox, 24K Magic, and later An Evening with Silk Sonic didn't simply dominate charts, they reintroduced funk, soul, and live band energy to mainstream radio. He wasn't chasing trends, he was reviving traditions. Over the years, his accolades piled up: multiple Grammy Awards, sold-out world tour, Super Bowl halftime performances, and a reputation as one of the most consistent hitmakers in modern music. Yet despite this success, Bruno Mars has remained notably private, letting his work and now his ventures speak for him. The Pinky Ring represents the latest evolution of that philosophy. Located inside the Bellagio Resort and Casino, the lounge replaces the former Lily Bar and Lounge with a completely reimagined concept. Designed as an upscale yet intimate space, it fuses vintage glamour with modern sound design. Low lighting, plush seating, and a stage built for live performance reflect Mars' obsession with atmosphere and authenticity. Unlike many celebrity-branded venues that rely primarily on name recognition, the Pinky Ring is hands-on. Bruno Mars personally curated the music direction, drink menu, and overall aesthetic. His band, the Hooligans, served as the venue's house band during its initial run, bringing live performances to guests nightly. That alone sets the space apart in a city dominated by DJs and large-scale club experiences. Industry insiders say this approach reflects Mars' deeper understanding of live entertainment. Bruno isn't just putting his name on a door, said a senior music executive familiar with the project. He's building an environment that reflects his values as a performer: live musicianship, crowd connection, and timeless style. The name, the Pinky Ring itself, carries symbolism. It evokes old-school swagger, Vegas glam, and a touch of playful bravado, all elements that have long defined Bruno Mars' public persona. It's also a subtle nod to the flashy confidence embedded in his music, from 24K Magic to Silk Sonic's smooth, retro charm. This venture arrives at a time when artists are increasingly redefining their careers beyond albums and tour. In an era where streaming dominates revenue models, musicians are seeking more sustainable and creative ways to expand their brands. Restaurants, fashion lines, liquor brands, and now nightlife venues have become extensions of artistic identity. But Bruno Mars' move feels distinct. It's not about mass-market appeal or franchise expansion, it's about craftsmanship. The Pinky Ring doesn't aim to be the biggest venue in Vegas, it aims to be the most soulful. Cultural critics see this as a natural progression for Mars. Bruno has always positioned himself as a curator of culture, said a veteran music journalist. From reviving funk and soul to honoring live instrumentation, this lounge is simply another stage for that mission. Indeed, the Pinky Ring functions less like a nightclub and more like a modern jazz lounge, a place where musicianship is celebrated, not overshadowed. That philosophy echoes Mars' broader influence on American pop culture, where he has consistently pushed back against overly synthetic production in favor of organic sound. His impact is evident across the industry. Younger artists cite Bruno Mars as an influence not just musically but in how they approach performance. Live bands are once again common in pop tour. Retro aesthetics dominate stage design. Even award show performances now emphasize choreography, instrumentation, and showmanship, hallmarks of Mars' style. In that sense, the pinky ring is not an outlier. It is an extension of a career-long mission to restore musical theater to pop music. Behind the scenes, the project took months of planning and collaboration with designers, hospitality experts, and music directors. According to people close to the project, Mars was involved in everything from sound acoustics to lighting temperature. His attention to detail reportedly rivaled his studio sessions. "Bruno treats this space the way he treats a record," said a producer who has worked with him. "Every element matters, nothing is random." That dedication reflects a larger truth about Bruno Mars. He is not simply a pop star but a craftsman. Whether writing lyrics, producing records, or now designing nightlife experiences, he approaches each project with intention and emotional intelligence. This is also why his career longevity remains rare in a fast-moving industry. While many artists rise quickly and fade, Bruno Mars has sustained relevance across multiple musical eras. His ability to evolve without losing identity has become a case study in brand longevity. His recent work with Silk Sonic further solidified that reputation. The project, a collaboration with Anderson .Paak, wasn't designed for streaming algorithms or viral moments. It was designed for feeling. The album's success, critically and commercially, reinforced that audiences still crave authenticity, soul, and musical chemistry. The pinky ring operates on the same principle. It's not built for social media hype alone, though it certainly delivers Instagram-ready moments. It's built for presence, for the kind of human connection that can't be replicated on a screen. That human connection is central to Bruno Mars' influence on pop culture. In an age of digital production and virtual experiences, he remains rooted in live performance. He sings live, his band plays live, his venues now host live musicians. It's a consistent message: music is a shared experience, not just a product. Critics argue that this philosophy has helped recenter performance standards in American pop. "Bruno Mars raised the bar," said a respected music critic, "not just in vocals but in how artists treat their audience. He made excellence fashionable again." This influence extends beyond music into fashion, dance, and nightlife. His retro-inspired wardrobe choices have shaped red carpet trends. His choreography blends classic Motown with modern flair. Now, his venue design brings that same aesthetic into physical space. For Las Vegas, the pinky ring adds a new dimension to its entertainment ecosystem. The city has long been associated with spectacle, massive residencies, arena shows, and nightclub extravagance. But Mars Lounge offers intimacy, craftsmanship, and nostalgia in a market dominated by scale. Tourism experts see this as part of a broader shift in Vegas entertainment. "Guests are looking for experiences, not just events," said a hospitality consultant. "They want connection, atmosphere, and authenticity." Bruno Mars understood that. The venue also strengthens Mars' relationship with Las Vegas, a city where he has hosted multiple residencies and performances. Over the years, Vegas has become a second home for the artist, and the pinky ring cements that bond. But perhaps the most compelling aspect of this story is what it reveals about Bruno Mars as a person, not just as a performer. Despite global fame, he remains deeply connected to music's roots. He respects legacy, he honors tradition, and he continues to build spaces where art, not ego, takes center stage. That mindset sets him apart in an industry increasingly driven by metrics. While streams, views, and viral moments matter, Mars continues to prioritize experience over exposure. The pinky ring is not designed to chase trends, it is designed to endure. As Bruno Mars continues to evolve, his future seems less about reinvention and more about expansion. He isn't abandoning music, he isn't leaving the stage, he is simply adding new platforms for expression. Industry analysts predict more ventures may follow, not necessarily more venues but more creative extensions of his brand. Whether through film, production, mentorship, or further cultural spaces, Mars appears positioned to become not just a pop icon, but a cultural architect. Bruno Mars is building more than hits, said a veteran entertainment executive. He's building infrastructure for culture. That infrastructure is rooted in emotion, in nostalgia, in human connection, in performance, in soul. The opening of the Pinky Ring in Las Vegas may seem like a headline about nightlife, but it is ultimately a story about legacy. It is about an artist who refuses to be confined to one medium. It is about a performer who understands that music doesn't live only in speakers, it lives in rooms, in people, in shared moments. And as the lights dim and the band takes the stage inside his lounge, Bruno Mars stands not just as a chart-topping artist, but as a curator of culture, an architect of atmosphere, and a storyteller in every sense of the word. In the years ahead, Bruno Mars will likely continue to surprise not by chasing what's next, but by deepening what already works: authenticity, craftsmanship, and emotional truth. The Pinky Ring is not a departure from his career, it is a reflection of it. And in a world where fame often fades quickly, that reflection may be his most enduring legacy yet.